Okay, so here's the question nobody dares to ask out loud. Is it even legal to hypnotize a woman into love? I mean, it's a pretty insane idea. But let's face it, every guy wants to know if it's possible to use hypnosis to seduce a woman. And here's the truth. It is not only possible, but some men are already doing it. And they're doing it quietly with tremendous success, while the rest are still simping by buying flowers and reciting Hallmark quotes. The awful thing is that you've been spoon-fed a lie your entire life. You're told to be nice to a woman, to treat her like a gentleman, to buy her nice little presents and fancy dinners. Of course, these are simpy things that only simps do. And the truth is that women see through your attempts to bribe your way into their knickers. Now, even if you're genuinely nice, it's pointless because women will never choose to sleep with a man just because he's nice. The mechanics of female-to-male attraction go well beyond surface-level emotions and actions. As I teach in Shogun Method inside shogunmethod.com, women get pulled in by emotional triggers buried deep in their subconscious mind. The trick is about finding these emotional triggers in the female psyche and firing them one by one. That's where hypnosis comes in, because hypnosis bypasses all conscious resistance and plugs straight into the source code that runs a woman's mind in the background. And once you learn how to use hypnosis tactics for love, attraction stops being random. You stop hoping she falls for you, because hope is not a strategy. Instead, as a shogun, you engineer her attraction, and that's what you're going to learn from me today. Let's dive straight into the good stuff and discover the Shogun Method hypnosis arsenal. These aren't parlor tricks, but surgical tools on her psyche designed to make her emotions dance to your tune. And we'll start with 5 of such tactics, each designed to hypnotize a woman to fall in love with you. Tactic 1. Fractionation, the addiction switch. Fractionation is the kingpin of seductive hypnosis. To fractionate a woman, you put her through short bursts of emotional highs and lows. Make her laugh, then turn serious. Get her to share something vulnerable, then tease her playfully. Each time you swing her emotions, her subconscious hooks harder onto you as the female mind bonds with the man who controls its roller coaster. Soon, she craves you like a crackhead needs her fix. Tactic 2. Implanted commands, the hidden knives in your words. When you talk, she listens, but her guard is up. This is normal woman behavior. But here's the thing. As a Shogun Method practitioner, you learn to plant covert commands inside your sentences that slip past her conscious resistance. Here's an example of a question laden with an implanted command. When you think about being with someone who excites you, it feels different, doesn't it? She thinks it's just casual, friendly talk. Her subconscious, however, treats it like an order. You're ordering her to imagine you as someone who excites her, and she's subconsciously obeying it like magic. The more you lace these Shogun Method implanted commands into your talk, the deeper she falls. Tactic 3. Future pacing, the hijacking of her imagination. As a shogun, you'll know that women feel stronger emotions about imagined experiences than real ones. So, here's the future pacing tactic. Make her pre-live moments with you. Say this to her. Imagine us walking down a quiet street at midnight, the city asleep, your heartbeat syncing with mine. She pictures it in her mind, and her body reacts as if it already happened. And now her mind expects it to happen again, but with you. Tactic 4. False memories, rewriting her story about you. The subconscious can't tell the difference between a real memory and a vividly described imagined one. So, you exploit this by planting into her mind some experiences that never happened. False memories are especially lethal, so we have to take precautions and protect it inside the walls of shogunmethod.net. I can't share the details, but believe me, they 100% work, but only if you know how to work them. Now, at this point, I've got to warn you. Like everything else in Shogun Method, false memories can have a damaging effect on a woman's psyche, and sometimes the damage is not reversible. As a shogun, you must be bound by your honor. Tactic 5. The anchor, linking her body to her soul. Every time she laughs, touch her wrist lightly. Do it again and again, and soon the touch itself triggers the laughter. Shogun Method practitioners call this anchoring. Anchor her emotional spikes to your presence. Extend this to her desire, arousal, vulnerability, and her body begins to crave you without asking permission from her conscious mind. Anchoring is powerful, and like false memories, it can have damaging effects if abused. Tactic 6. Time distortion, making 10 minutes last like 10 days. If you've ever had a conversation that felt like hours in just minutes, that's time distortion. With hypnotic pacing and vivid storytelling, you trap her attention so fully that reality bends. She walks away from a 10-minute chat feeling like she's known you forever. And the memory lingers, magnified, until she's obsessing over you long after you're gone. Okay, you now know about 6 seductive hypnosis tactics for love: fractionation, implanted commands, future pacing, false memories, anchoring, and time distortion. Look at these as entry-level tools or training wheels for Shogun Method. The real arsenal, the stuff that can permanently lock a woman to you, rewire her subconscious, and make her forget other men even exist, is too extreme to publish openly. That's why it's locked away in a private vault. And if you've got the stomach for it, the doorway is right here, fractionation.org. But don't rush off just yet. Before you even think about stepping inside that vault, you must understand the dark side of these tactics, or why most men should never be allowed near them. Here's the warning label on these tactics most guys ignore. Once you plant these hypnotic seeds into a woman's mind, they stick, possibly forever. Fractionation is a knife that scars her subconscious permanently. Anchors stay wired in her nervous system. False memories harden into truth over time. Used lightly, she becomes addicted. Used recklessly, she becomes obsessed. The line between love and obsession is thinner than you think, believe me. Shogun Method is not a game, but pure psychological warfare. And here's where I need to ask you this question. If you're the type who still believes in fairy tales, stop right here. If you think being her shoulder to cry on will make her love you, this isn't for you. If you think buying her dinner is the path to her heart, close this video. This knowledge isn't for nice guys. It's for men who want control and dominance to steer their relationships the righteous way. If that offends you, good, because I didn't create Shogun Method for everyone. In fact, most men should never have this knowledge. I've seen Shogun Method fall into the hands of men who had bad intentions for women, and the results were pure disaster. I wrote Shogun Method to give power to the men to right the wrong by restoring relationships in the order that God had ordained. If you can't promise me you'll do the right thing, then stay away. So, here's the question I get asked most about Shogun Method. Is it even legal? Now, here's the thing. You're not forcing her to do anything. Hypnosis doesn't rob a woman of free will. She's free to do anything no matter what you say to her. If you think you can control a woman's mind, like you control your TV with a remote control, is delusional. Hypnosis doesn't work like that. People also ask me if Shogun Method is ethical. Again, that's irrelevant because as a tool, you can use Shogun Method for anything. You can use it for good or for bad. Still, I want you to be upright with Shogun Method because it's good for your masculine soul, not because you want to overpower women. Now, with the heavy talk done, this is where 99% of men wash out. They learn the tactics, get excited, and then run back to their comfort zone, buying flowers, simping, and praying she'll notice them. But you're not that guy, are you? Because if you were, you wouldn't have made it this far. You'd have already chickened out, closed this video, and gone back to your Netflix. You're different, so you already know what to do. Step into the same vault I teased earlier, open the war chest, and claim the seductive hypnotic weapons most men will never be trusted with. Here's the doorway again. Fractionation.org. Go there now, or spend the rest of your life watching stronger men take the women you want. Find the link in the first comment below this video, or go to this site directly on your browser. Fractionation.org.